Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to this episode. I think we're on episode 30 I think now. Today I've got a few little bits I'm doing. Stephen Rivers is just sorting out from what I threw in the other day from Round 1 tea. Good news, we passed. As many of you might have noticed on social media. Now, I didn't film it because I couldn't find my window mount, so I couldn't film my driving, and it was too hot and I was dead tired by the end of it. Now, with all that being said, we've got Newton coming up, and this looks a mess. Because we've got the hole down the side there, that looks a mess. We've got damage marks down this side here, which again just looks a mess. So I'm going to try and resolve that. Interestingly, this here is actually the colour we want to put this bus back into its sovereign. So, although this looks a mess, I'm going to leave that and see if there's a way I can get that colour matched there. Because there's nowhere else on here that it's that colour, sort of thing. Because in here it's the light blue, so they covered up all the sovereign on the inside there, so I'm not too sure where else that colour is, but I might end up getting carried away and get it covered up anyway. Depends on how close this blue is to the blue that is actually on here, because I completely guessed, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So, I've got some multi-purpose body fill. I'm going to try body filling on this first, to fill in the cracks before I try and fill in before I actually try and fill. But I tried 5 glass. This is all 5 glass, so worst case I'm 5 glass. Body fill it. Body fill it. Yeah, I only cracks. First one I've got to finish. Some of this to mix it up. I'm going to try and put it up. I'll be able to have just more body filler out of the top. It does need to be quite thick. Quite thick to go on. Sand it down. With the heat today, much better. I'll add some hardener in a second. Sometimes to fill a crack, you've got to open it up further to fill it. And obviously scuff the surface up to give you that good surface to actually make to. It's a bit tricky. It's on a curve now. But we should still be able to easily mate it. Saves that process. Go. And like I say, it's that hot, this should dry pretty quick to at least be able to sand it and put just a coat of paint on it just to help protect it up. But what wouldn't have been helping is the paint surface is quite obviously like shiny, sort of shiny. You know, it doesn't have much shine to it, but it's a smooth surface where that blade has just roughened the shine out of the surface. So than that would have made that better. Right, so we've got enough on there now. Just one more pass, I reckon, especially in the middle there. Just go down quite a bit here, so I think put some extra on there. Just go over it gently. It does need to be built up. You can always see what it's like once that's not looking too bad. Do it the way you're not supposed to do it and just add some hardener on. And then what we'll do is we will run that hardener in. So going back and forth, which will mix it in. Do have a bit of a crevice going on there. Won't make it too good. made it worse. There we go. I'll put enough on that now. Once sanded, it'll be smooth. So we'll let that dry. Like I say, in this heat won't take too long to dry. And we'll sand that down, see how it looks afterwards. Hopefully it should look a lot better than it did. Got a crack here. So one here. Just do the same there. Got a few over here. And that side one's not too bad. All over the fucking place. Not that one round there is quite a large repair, but we can do what we can manage. Right, let's put some hardware in first this time round. There we go. Yeah, I know I didn't clean it up, did I? It's just going to have to be a thick coat in this one. God, it's not going on as well as the other one was. Well, it wasn't, it is now because it's like vast quantities. So, because it's on a curve as well, it's quite tricky. That's far from perfect. and very thick, so but we can sand it down. Sanding it down is not a problem. It's easier to sand it down. Mess about trying to put more on, especially on that curve. Next up is this one here. Oh, these here. Yeah, I don't think. I think they were just surface marks, to be honest. Yeah, they were just surface marks. So they've come out alright. I think the tricky one is this one here. Quite a bit of that. Take quite a bit, just a bit. What? Profit! Don't want to use it too much. See, this might need, because of how it is, it might actually need a fiberglass patch. Because we're keeping quite a bit on the skewer thing. It's gone hard on there. It's gone hard on the thing. This is going to go hard because it's got bloody hard on it. Try and get as much as this as possible. When we come to the body, actual metal panels, they're being replaced. They're not being filled, but these are all fiberglass, so they either need to be fiberglass repaired or body filled. In this case, this is being body filled. it down. Maybe we can move around it, maybe not. Make it smooth. Anything, as long as it looks smooth when it's done, it's better than what was there, which was a dirty big crack. But also it seems that behind this blue paint is the colour we need. So I bet if we sanded some of the metal off, metal panels, we'd find the colour we want. See, this top bit here is starting to set already. It's what we want. See, that's only going to be a thin layer down there. Up here it's going to be thicker because it is actually filling a hole in. I just wanted to look a little bit more presentable for Newton. Also, this doesn't matter because this stays on the bus anyway. So the fact it's just being done, it is just a bonus. Really. Just means I'd have to do it at a later date. Oh, that wind's nice. Just a little bit more on. There's a few cracks appearing in it. It's just the lack of material. I say that, I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. I'm not a body man. I'm very much making this up as I go along to what looks and feels right. I reckon that now, let that dry, and that should be better. Oh, this is back down here. That's just really bad. We'll give this a go, but I think that is going to need to be which is fine because I have a fiberglass sheets. What's not good? What's not good?
I need to take this all out, but that's all blocked off.
Emergency door. Cardboard box is going in the bin.
Yeah. this whole thing, the bottom of it's completely ripped out.
I know. Right, it's going in bin.
Well, I've already sorted it into categories on the side so you can check what you want and what you don't want. There's 2 of these bus boards that are, well, bus kit, so they might have to go. Yes guys, I know, bad pun there. And you're in profit by 11 pence, woohoo!
that's sanded, that will look better. Just this bit down here. I have to sand this by hand as well, by the way. I'll let that dry. I've got a little bit there as well. Might as well while we're here. Nearly used all of this, bloody hell. Well, it means it's plenty on it. It's only like £6. Need another one in stock. I think I need another one around the back anyway. This is going to be repaired. Again, when we come to actually officially paint this, I will probably use a bit of fiberglass sheeting and just make that corner there. But at least it looks a bit better like this than it did before. There we go. Don't want any more on this side. It's not worthy of note. This side's fared quite well. Well, I suspect it's going to set. But I won't it doesn't look too bad to be fair. Needs sanding down a bit more. Sure, that's not a bad guess, was it? That wasn't a bad guess for
Not bad at all. Wow.
I might regret this, but there's some black in there. Grab that.
Okay. Same tray that was in.
It was in that bag. We'll need the masking tape.
Yep.
I've got the masking tape. I just hope I've got enough to do what I have. What I intend. Be careful of that, that's all stuff.
Oh yeah.
We'll be back in a minute. Well guys, you might notice a slightly difference behind me. We've been busy off camera as we waited for stuff to dry and bits to do. The bumper is black, as in its picture. Now that blue's dried really well. It's a good match of blue, to be fair, so we can touch the body up that's blue with that for the time being. Obviously we've got body panels to do, so this is just literally the front. We've done the front, the battery tray compartment because that's not being touched, and the doors because they're not being touched as well. We did run out of paint for a very small area, but you can't see it from your angle, so we won't mention it. Shh. I'll deal with it. So that is roughly, and that's just done with quickly with rattle cans to try and make the front look a little bit more presentable, because obviously we had lots of fiberglass damage and bits and bobs and holes and what have you in it, so it's just to make it look better. And we've still got a bit to do up the top, as you can see, just to tidy it up.
We've got plenty of that though.
Yeah,
Compared to this.
Make it look better. Yeah, but we did the wheels with that as well.
Oh yeah.
The other thing I've done is the exhaust that was leaking slightly. I've put a load of paste on it. It needs a little bit more on it, but it's now seals and more gases are coming out the back. It doesn't look pretty. It really doesn't, but it seals. That's the main thing, it seals, and the exhaust gases go out of it through the flexi pipe down into the back box silencer and out the back at great force. So I expect that it's going to roll a bit black for a bit because I don't think it's been putting all of its black exhaust smoke out of the silencer for quite a while. So I believe these are a CR, I think they're a CRT, constantly regenning thing on these early ones. Don't quote me on it, I'm not too sure, but that's what the paperwork says. But I think that's what the Eminox actual exhaust is, not what's fitted. But either way, it'll still take a bit for it to burn off any crap that's in it. So yeah, that's where we're up to. I still need to address the slight oil leak that we did pass an MOT with, and I didn't lose that much oil because on the dipstick I was still well up, so it's either well over full or I didn't lose that much. But I'm going to do that probably next week. I'll pull the bus forward to do it, maybe turn the bus back round, because obviously I need it to be dry and I can't move the bus once I've put what I'm putting on it to seal it. I can't move the bus for like 48 hours because that will just contaminate the seal and then it'll all just come back out. So I need to make it so it doesn't need to move. So at the moment it's a bit cramped in this yard to take it out, whiz it and put it back in, but we can sort that out, that's not a problem. But I know you didn't get to see me do that because we started it and then got carried away, and before you know it, it was done. So, oh, that bit's not done yet. There we go.
You said you weren't telling them that.
And then obviously the exhaust, like I said, it doesn't look pretty, but it's an improvement. I hear an air tank leaking. I'll have a look at that in a minute. You have to seal that up. The exhaust. Well, that's to stop the air intake leaking, and I don't know whether you can see in there. The exhaust is fully gunked up, and that will obviously fully set once got some proper heat in it. So, but once that proper heat's in, then that'll work. Let me just see where it could just be the air dryer that's leaking. Oh no, I see what it is. You stop moving about. Obviously this was doing it on MOT, so it wasn't really a problem. It's this air valve here. It's there. But Stephen's moving around. So that's one air leak. Can't hear any others. But if I can stop that with my finger. Then there should be another air tank somewhere. This has got the 3 on it. Up there. It's a bit. It's a bit oily. Yeah, there's a bit of moisture in there, but nothing too much. So, yeah. But obviously we'll probably try and get all these at least into white before Newton, because that it just looks a mess, doesn't it? You know, and I don't mind spending like 10-20 quid on some rattle cans just to go over that and make it look better than it does now, just so it looks, like I say, more presentable. So we can do that. But yeah, that looks much better on the front. So I think that is it. We're just going to wrap it up and then head on out of here. So thank you so much for watching, thank you for your membership, and we'll follow us for the next episode, which I don't have a sodding clue what we'll be doing. Well, we'll be looking at that bloody oil leak again. But we're getting very close to Newton, and I can't wait now to be able to get this out running around Newton. Newton Willows is before this posting of this video, so it's pointless me talking about it. But I'm sure there'll be do a short of some description. We're very proud of doing Newton. We always have been. I know this year, I've already spoken to Steve. There's going to be some changes this year for the route. So great. I've got to go route learning around a place I don't know on the first trip. Won't be the first time. Used to do Metrolink like that. Used to turn up to Metrolink, Bury it was, in Jackie Blake. No coincidence to Stephen Lewis, Blakey. She was stood there underneath Piccadilly train station. She stood there with a clipboard, like an inspector, because that's what she was. She'd inspect on the Metrolinks. And I rock up, open the doors, and she goes, "Do you know where you're going?" I went, "Nope. But I've got a route sheet." She just shook her head. Needless to say, an hour later I found Bury. So, and people were on the bus, and they kept getting on and off the bus, so I must have gone the right way. And there was lots of other Metrolink replacement buses. Did the same with, I think Eccles as well. I think there's only Altrincham I went out and learned. And I went out and learned in my B10 the day before I did the Altrincham Metro. Other than that, I've always just gone, yeah, I know them.
And then you're like, no.
Anything to get out of doing service work. Really was. Anything to get out of doing service work. Do you want to do a concert? Yeah, alright then. The only thing I wouldn't do was football.
Fucking tens of people going,
hated-
City, and all that.
To be fair, city games, the city buses, were never too bad. Man United, however,
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
you might as well just like
Give them a bus to trash.
go on, here's the sheet pen, right, everyone in it, right, land on your marks, get set, go! Honestly, and then they'd fill the bus up, the inspector's trying to send you away, like, right, close your doors, driver, on your way. They're still there getting on, they're here. I'm going, alright here, driver! No, not really. Fucking the sat on your bastard lap. And then they have the audacity when you get to town, they'd go, your bus is a bit full, driver. No shit, Sherlock! I said stop getting on when you was on the windscreen. But no, they just kept ploughing on. At least at City, the inspectors and the event staff actually had a control of the crowd. But Man United, they were just like sheep. You know, open the stable gate and they just all followed each other. And I don't know how you issue tickets on it, because you couldn't. City you could. City was quite organised. Man United again, they're just fucking throwing money at you. You'd end up getting to town and getting out of the cab and you'd be like, right, where's all this money? Then you sat there with a ticket machine and the inspector's watching you to make sure you're doing it right, and you're like, how many fucking people was that? You'd look in the cash tray like, how many pound coins do I have here? Because I think the fare was like £2.50, £2 I think it was back when I did it. So they were just throwing money at you. So what I used to do was empty my cash tray. So I had a cash bag and I had my cash tray. So I'd either fill up the cash bag with football fans' money, or I'd fill up the cash tray with it. And then I'd look at the cash tray and I'd go,
there's £377.46. How?
No. So you rammed, you've got people all the way up to here. Yeah. So you've got what, on a deck of 60, 70 people. I'd look at the cash tray and the cash tray's fucking overflowing. And I'd go, that's about 30 tickets.
But then you'd occasionally find one where you're like, odd like that,
30 tickets, get to the depot, pay, and you go, oh look, I've got 60 quid here.
And then you would have had that one occasionally where it's literally like that 377 and 46 pence. You're like, how? An odd number that's not round to the 10 pence.
It's easy to get there. But that and Magic bus services were the same back when it was £1. See, if you stayed to the end of this, you're getting stories again. Well, back when it was £1, so going on like, I think it was like 7-8 o'clock, the inspectors would be stood at Owens Park. Do you know as they do? Look at me, I'm going to touch my tits. You know. Sorry, I work with the inspectors. I'm slagging off now. But, you know, either way, I'm sure they'll see the funny side of it. Right. So they stood there, and they all knew it was going on. So they're there checking your Magic bus riders. Tell you what, I found one of them wallets on one of the buses when I was cleaning it. Yeah, I stuck it straight in the bin now.
Oh,
I know, I should have kept it. It was a rarity then. I could have used it to hold some of the body panels on. So they stood there checking the tickets, and the students, you couldn't see Owens Park for students. You'd have like 2 or 3 inspectors. You got one checking your tickets, one on the stand in front of you, and then one on the radio going, 19456, can you come round please? 456, are you receiving? 456, and then you'd have this driver just leisurely turn up. Eventually. Or the driver behind, it's not the bus he was shouting, because the bus he's shouting shut down, the radio's gone off, and he's there going, because he's been sat there for an hour. And even then the students, when it was £1, you stood there looking like you're trying to do what you're supposed to be doing to the inspector. These tickets are all coming out of the machine. You've emptied the entire ticket roll on the floor, and you still go, I have no fucking idea how many tickets that was, for how many people. The tip was always to make it less tickets than the people that was on the bus. Otherwise you owe them money. Technically, you taking money was stealing. But when it's chaos like that, prove how many people have got on. Because you can't. We're not when they're just throwing money at you. Really can't. Got all sorts of stories. I had a coloured guy, black guy, whatever you want to call it, politically correct. If you don't like it, fuck off. Right. 203 service I was doing, I'm sure it was. It was either a 1 or a 3, because I was going straight up Hyde Road. Gets on outside Hyde Road depot, and he's pacing around like this at the bottom. Right. And do you know when you just know, you're looking at someone in the mirror and you're going, something's not right here. He's pacing around, Then he goes off upstairs, so I'm watching him. Whilst driving down the road, obviously. I'm definitely paying attention to what I'm about to hit. But I'm watching him, because it just doesn't seem right. He got on a couple of people, and it just didn't seem right. His behaviour was well and truly off. He goes upstairs, bearing in mind the bus is packed. Every seat upstairs is taken apart from 1 or 2 where people put the bags on. Side rant, when the bus is packed, stop putting your fucking bags on the seats.
100%.
But anyway, so bus is packed upstairs. He sits next to this person, I can't remember whether male or female, but he sits next to them. They get off at the next bus stop, so now he's sat on his own, right? And I'm still watching him because he's fiddling around and all sorts, right? He only has a fucking piss on the bus.
Oh man.
And then gets off at the next bus stop. But I wasn't too sure at that point, so when I got to the next bus stop after he'd got off, so I went up the road to the next one, I went upstairs, and sure enough there's this trail of fucking piss from the seat he was sat in. So he'd obviously pissed in a bottle or something, but missed. Fair enough, it is a tricky art. If you're going to do it, Lucasade bottle or Oasis. Bigger target. Right, but either way. So then you sort of like, I get on the radio to the depot, and I go, you're not going to believe this. I said, I've just had a guy, I said, and excuse the French, piss on the bus. I said, and there is piss on the floor. And they went, you can't be using that language on the radio. Alright then, he's urinated on the bus. It's unsanitary. Tell you what, that was the best one ever because I got out of doing any work because everyone got off said bus and bus returned to depot. That got me out of a good trip. I think it was like my last trip. It was. So then I got out of going either from Attersley or from Stockport and started back in town again. Well, that loads of them. Fucking great. Absolute great. People, the things people do. Magic buses again. Fucking students, they're all there fucking jumping and shit. You know, you think the floor's gonna fucking come through, they're making that much bloody racket. The whole bus, you sat at the traffic lights and the bus is going.
A fucking enviro.
Like, and then occasionally, because of how they're doing it, you're going from side to fucking side instead. Right. The whole bus is rocking. I'm watching them because you always watch your passengers. Simple as, you always watch your passengers the best you can. Quick glaze at the CCTV, especially the upstairs one. You're always watching your passengers, right? And the drinking and all that. Yeah, you're not supposed to have alcoholic drinks on a bus and all that bollocks, but you know it happens. Just like you're not supposed to have hot food on a bus, but it happens. Get over it, right? But if you are gonna have hot food on the bus, take your fucking shit with you.
I fully agree with that. Fucking
There's nothing worse than cleaning up fucking 4-hour-old KFC.
The amount of times that I've had to clean after I've done my heritage service, and there's been fucking big ass bags of Mackies, not just the ordinary takeout ones, the size of the ones that you get from an Uber Eats delivery. I'm like, come on, it takes the piss that. Literally take your shit, be courteous.
Anyway, so bus is rocking, they're drinking, they're all singing happy bus. The only thing that didn't make it happy was the fact there's actually passengers on it. Happy bus is an empty bus, right? And then they all huddle round the back and they all start cheering, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'll get to the terminus, as you're supposed to do. Some drivers don't seem to do it, and check the vehicle. I mean, some drivers don't even check for sleepers, never mind anything else. But anyway, so I've checked the vehicle, go upstairs, and where they were all cheering, there is a set pair of underpants. So my guess would be that he was start bollock fucking naked on the back of the bus, took his underpants off on his night out, left them on the bus as a dare, and then got off the bus in time for his night out. I hope it wasn't too breezy.
Oh, they were probably fucking.
And this was in a time when they were going mental about lost property and handing lost property, and so I deemed a pair of gloves when I got back to the depot and threw it at the allocator. I got told, why are you bringing that in? Lost property. Yeah, but it was lost property. Someone might claim them. Doubt it, but they might. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Another shift done, another legend closer